Okay, so this video you're about to see is one that originally was not planned. However, due to the events of what happened with me this morning, obviously that has changed things a bit. And I know a lot of you that watch my channel watch it for all the gaming content that I provide. And this, unfortunately, is not one of those videos. This is actually pretty serious. I should also mention this video is not going to be monetized. I'm just going to make that clear right now. So, basically this video has to do with COVID, specifically with me. As I'm sure you all know, the COVID pandemic technically first began at the tail end of 2019, but it was only limited to China at that time and didn't really spread rapidly in North America until some point early in 2020. And then, of course, March 2020 was when they declared it an international disaster, an international emergency, rather. And since then, there have obviously been a high number of people that have gotten COVID. I don't know the exact number, but it's way too many for me to even try to count. But for the better part of the last 27 or so months, so that would have been about mid-March 2020 up to now, July 4th. So 27 and a half months, more or less. And in that time, I had been fortunate enough to not get it. And I've even been vaccinated twice. I've had both vaccination shots, and I've also gotten my booster shot. So I've definitely done my part in trying to prevent myself from testing positive. Well, I'm sorry to say that my luck ran out this morning. And actually what happened was last night, me and a few of my Discord buddies, we were doing Fall Guys because last night, because it was Squad Sunday and everything, and because of how very busy I was yesterday, like with having to work, and then a family event that we had, one that we haven't been able to do since 2018, basically I ended up just deciding not to record last night's Squad Sunday for my YouTube. And for much of the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, like I was fine. I was my usual, like, energetic self and whatever. I did my work shifts as usual. But then, last night, I'm not sure when last night this was, but at some point last night, I started coughing pretty bad, and as you can probably tell the sound of my voice sounds terrible right now. So I go to bed hoping that this would all blow over and I'd be relatively quickly, and that I'd be fine this morning. Not the case. I wake up this morning with those issues still persisting, and I remember my mom telling me on more than one occasion if I ever felt anything to let her know. And in this case, that was what I did. I let her know that I was not feeling well, and then I got a rapid test done, and initially the test came out negative, or at least I was told from my dad that it was negative. So originally, I was breathing a sigh of relief because that led me to assume that was just a regular cold, and colds usually go away like in a matter of a couple of days or so. Well, unfortunately, as it turned out, that information I was given, as it turns out, was incorrect, and as much as I hate to announce this, I have tested positive for COVID. So yeah, after approximately 27.5 months of me not getting it, yeah, my luck finally ran out. Now, as I mentioned, I've been vaccinated twice. I've gotten my booster shot, so 3 times total that I've had the needle on my arm. So I've definitely done all I can. And it's just, that's the way it goes sometimes. Just because you're vaccinated, it does not mean that you're immune. And that was certainly the case here. But it also shows that this pandemic is far from over. Now, both of my parents had COVID earlier in the spring, one right after another, and then after that, my sister-in-law and my brother, they both got COVID. They all recovered, and since I do not live with either of them, I was able to avoid getting it. So I was the lucky one at that point in our immediate family of 5 to not get it. But as I mentioned, that luck has now run out, and I have now come down with COVID. Now, thankfully, these symptoms should be mild and almost likely be able to make a full recovery. However, this does unfortunately affect some of the content that was planned for my YouTube channel this week. Most notably, my birthday special for Daniel Monahan, because I know for a fact that his birthday was this week. I think it's either today or tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but the birthday special that was planned for him, and I even announced that at the end of the previous birthday special that I had filmed. Sadly, that is unfortunately not going to be able to happen, at least not at this time. I might do one next week as a belated birthday special, but it all depends on how I feel. But if there's one upside to take away from this, is that it's better to get it over with now, because although the timing kind of sucks, because my birthday is next week, and the last thing that I want is to be sick with COVID on my birthday. And my family and I, we actually have plans on my birthday weekend to see a Blue Jays game on the 17th, when the Blue Jays of this month, when the Blue Jays are taking on the Kansas City Royals. And with today being July 4th, and with the isolation guidelines up here in Ontario requiring a 5-day quarantine, we should hopefully still be able to go for that, but again, it's going to depend on how I'm feeling and how well I recover and all that. And plus, another big thing we have coming up is we leave for a 3-week vacation to Italy on July 22nd. And I'm honest, and obviously I'm hoping that I'm able to recover fully by that point so I can go on the trip. This would be my third visit to Italy, and it's a trip I've been looking forward to for the longest time. In fact, ever since it was first announced last October. So, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll still get to go on the trip, but again, we'll see what happens. Now, as far as my game show content goes for this week, there is supposed to be an episode of Hangman coming up later this week, as well as the next episode of Big John's Wheel of Fortune. Those will probably still take place as normal. Just be aware though, if for Big John's Wheel, someone might, who's not playing in that episode, might have to be my voice for me. We'll see what happens. Hangman though, I do need to actually be able to use my own voice, so we'll see what happens. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this update. Again, having COVID sucks. I know A few of my other friends on Discord and YouTube have had it. I'm trying to think. My friend Matt Bingle had it. That was, I think, the end of last year / beginning of this year. My friend Frank Sartori has had it. Ant-Man64, I know for a fact, has had it. And now, I guess it's finally my turn. But, again, thankfully the symptoms are mild. And I should also point out that I do not have a fever, so that is good news. And I'm still able to eat. Like, I haven't lost my sense of taste or smell, so that's obviously a good sign. So, again, we'll see what happens over this coming week. As far as work goes, I only work on Saturday and Sunday, so thankfully I'm fine for right now, but once Saturday comes around, which in this case would be the 9th, there might be a potential issue. But again, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's possible I might have to let my supervisor, I might have to take that weekend off to recover from COVID, but again, we will see what happens there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much going to end this video and maybe drink some water, maybe take a little bit of a rest this afternoon. We'll see what happens. Again, I appreciate you listening to me ramble about this for like the last, I don't know, maybe 11 minutes or something like that. But I do hope to be as good as new soon, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you all on the flip side.